e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, castle kingside, bishop e7, rook e1, b5, bishop b3, castle kingside, c3, d6, h3, knight b8, d4, knight b d7, knight b d2, bishop b7, bishop c2, rook e8, knight f1, bishop f8, knight g3, g6, a4, knight b6, a5, knight b d7, b4, bishop g7, d5, rook c8, bishop b3, c6, d takes c6, rook takes c6, queen c2, queen c8, queen a2, rook e7, bishop b2, bishop h6, rook a d1, bishop f4, knight f1, rook c7, knight 1 d2, queen a8, queen b1, knight f8, c4, b takes c4, knight takes c4, bishop takes e4, knight b6, queen c6, rook takes e4, queen takes e4, queen takes e4, knight takes e4, knight d5, rook ed7, g3, bishop h6, rook e1, knight d2, knight takes d2, bishop takes d2, rook d1, bishop takes b4, knight takes b4, rook c5, knight takes a6, rook takes a5, bishop c4, d5, bishop d3, d4, bishop c1, e4, bishop c4, rook a1, knight c5, rook c7, knight b3, rook b1, rook takes d4, knight e6, bishop takes e6, f takes e6, rook takes e4, rook takes b3, Bishop e3. Rook c6. Rook a4. Rook b7. King g2. King f7. Rook a5. Rook d6. h4. Rook d5. Rook a8. Rook bd7. Rook h8. King f6. Rook f8 check. King g7. Rook e8. King f7. Rook h8. h5. Rook a8. e5. King f3. King e6. Rook g8. King f7. Rook a8. Rook b5. Rook a6. Rook b4. Bishop g5. e4 check. King g2. Rook d1. Rook f6 check. King g7. Rook e6. Rook a4. Rook e7 check. King f8. Rook e6. Rook e1. Bishop e3. King f7. Rook e5. Rook b4. Bishop d2.